Good morning. So, I want to talk about appreciation and gratitude and how when you live your life through appreciation, it brings you, it's like a paradox of sort. It brings you more to be appreciative about. And I kind of want to explain how that works. Um, so, when you are in appreciation, first of all, notice that joy always sits within appreciation. Whenever whenever you appreciate, in order for you to enjoy something or for in order for you to be happy about something, first you have to have appreciation for it. I've checked this for years within my life. You cannot be happy about something without first appreciating it. So appreciation would be like the cradle for your happiness. Your happiness sits inside of that appreciation. And when you truly appreciate something, um, you pay attention to it. You notice all the details about it. It brings you into the now. It brings you into that place of gratitude. And when you start looking for things to be to be grateful for and to appreciate, it brings you into a mindset. So whenever I get up in the morning, I always say thank you to for my children. And I make a whole list of all of the things that I am grateful for. And a lot of times I know that it can be difficult to find that place when you're going through something that is very detrimental and you're feeling, um, and you're sitting in a place of pain. But there are so many things that we can be grateful for. We can just be grateful for having a pillow or having a bed or for um, the little things, we can find appreciation in the little things. And what happens is when we begin to look for things to appreciate, we start seeing more and more things in our lives that we can be appreciative for. So it's kind of like setting yourself up for joy, right? Because the more things in your life that you have that you can appreciate, the more joy you have in your life. So, for a joyous life, you need to first find that appreciation. When you start purposefully searching for the things to be appreciative of, you start appreciating more and more. And that kind of takes your focus and moves it from thoughts of lack or thoughts of that are opposite of appreciation into appreciation. So then everything that you begin to do, you start being appreciative for. And it brings more of the same. So when you're appreciative of something, first of all, it lifts your spirits because you're in appreciation now. There's something there that you have gratitude over. And when you start looking for appreciation, you find more and more things to be appreciative of. And it kind of like feeds itself. It is this cycle that feeds itself. So as you become more appreciative, you feel lighter, you find more things to be appreciative of. And when you are in appreciation of something, you also treat it with respect and you pay attention to it and you notice all the little aspects about it that you appreciate in it. It's like when you raise your child and you are in appreciation of your child, then all of a sudden you're noticing all of the little attributes about them, all of the little cute things that they do, all of the little things that you, and it brings more. First of all, it when you appreciate something, that thing blossoms towards you because you're paying attention to it. Now, you could say it's a paradox of sorts, right? It could have been blossoming anyway, but if you're not in appreciation and not paying attention to it, then you don't get the gift of its blossom, right? When a flower is blossoming, right, it could be blossoming on the side of the road and you could just walk right by it without appreciation. But if you get into the moment and you get into appreciation, you're like, wow, look at that flower. And you get closer to the flower and you start looking at all the little details of its petal and the different colors that it's bringing forth and the little, it has those little fluff balls in the middle. And you start really paying attention to it. It's like it's blooming for you. The more you appreciate it, the more it gives you joy back. So the more you appreciate your children, the more you enjoy them. The more so it's a paradox of sort. It's like It's a cycle that feeds itself. And the more things you find to be appreciative about, the more you notice in the world that there is to be appreciative for. The more you notice that in the world that there is to be appreciated, things that you can appreciate, and you start actively searching out things that you can be appreciative for, all of a sudden that's what fills your whole psyche. That's what fills your whole mind. And it starts from one little act of searching for what you can be appreciative of. And there's always something you can be appreciative of. Even if you're sitting in the darkest cloud, you can find what to be appreciative of and hold on to that and really dig into it deep, and then expand that and find more things that you can find more things you can be appreciative of. It changes the whole atmosphere of your life. I wrote down a few things on this subject, so I want to see. um, Appreciation brings more to appreciate. The paradox of gratitude. How when you are in appreciation of something, it gives you more to appreciate. It's kind of like a cycle. It's the same thing. It brings you into the now. So when you're in appreciation of something, you're really paying attention to it. You're really giving it your notice. You're really focusing on it. It brings you into the now instead of in your mind. When you're in appreciation for something, you're really looking at it, you're checking it out. It's bringing you into this moment. It's anchoring you into the now, which the now is the only moment. It keeps you out of your mind. It gets you out of the past, out of the worries of the future, and to where you are just an experiencer. So appreciation brings you into this moment and into being an experiencer. When you appreciate something, you treat it with a value. You treat it as valuable. So when you really appreciate something, you value it. And then if everything in your life you appreciate, everything in your life becomes a value and your life becomes valuable. Everything around you serves a purpose and has, and when you start living through appreciation, you also don't want the things that are in your life that you don't appreciate, because they don't have value for you. They're just life clutter. It just makes noise for you in your life. That's why there's so many of us on this spiritual awakening, that we begin to declutter our lives, start taking all the things out that don't have value, that don't add and have purpose and have meaning to them. Just have something, just have it. It doesn't give you that. It's just more to take care of and more to be responsible for, without purpose or meaning. As we become very purposeful, meaningful, we start leading lives of purpose. Joy sits in appreciation. And then I wrote down about spoiled kids. So have you ever noticed that children that get everything that they want, every whim, they cry and they get it, they don't appreciate anything, and then they're miserable. Because joy sits in appreciation, sometimes having lack of something and then getting it gives you opportunity to appreciate what you got. When you know that something is not Barul me'elav in Hebrew means that it's not like um, just handed to you on a platter. It's like when you work really hard for something and then you get it, you really appreciate it, because you know everything that it took to achieve this. It could be a goal. It could be something that you want to buy, that you save up for. It could be a trip that you've been planning, and then you go. But also it's like children that are overindulged, that are spoiled. It's just that, spoiled, like spoiled milk. The children that are overindulged don't appreciate anything. So you give them something, they may like it for a few minutes, and then they throw it aside and want the next thing. It's a kind of addictive. It's that need to always get that high. But children that have some sort of discipline, like lack of, when they do receive something, they will truly appreciate it and guard over it and hold it dear to them, and get joy from it. So to have happy kids, you have to find that balance. Not the balance where they're feeling in complete lack and never get anything, but also not the overindulged. so that there is some kind of, everything in life is balance. It all comes down to finding that medium, medium between heaven and earth, the medium in ourselves, finding that emotional stability, balance with food. We have to find the perfect balance with food. We have to find, the balance in relationships, the balance of where I am able to give, but also get, but I'm also able to be me and also be in service, to have space for me. Everything is a balance. Also with monetary, you have to find the balance where you're not just overindulged, but you're also not underindulged. So lack of something makes you appreciate it more when you get it. Appreciation holds the gift of itself within itself. So when you appreciate something, the gift is given within itself, right? When you truly appreciate something, you love it, and then you get to notice all its little details about it, and that gives you joy. The enjoyment of it gives you joy. So appreciation holds the gift of itself within itself. When you are in gratitude, you start searching for what to be in gratitude for, and it changes your perspective. So when you are living a life through a perspective of gratitude, you start searching out more and more things to be in gratitude about, to appreciate. And then you start finding more and more things. And then you're living this life of appreciation, of finding what is magnificent, of being in a continuous and continual awe of life, like magnificent. So I'm sending you guys so much love. Thank you for watching.